in serious danger! You need to get out of here right now!
Don't be ridiculous. The biggest danger here is choking on an olive.
Welcome to About Time, a Doctor Who podcast. I'm Stephen, and I've been a Doctor Who fan since 2005.
And I'm Ben, and I've never seen the show before.
Now we're watching and discussing every episode of the revived series, and quite frankly, it's about time. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm alright.
Ticking along.
Ticking along. Plodding along, as I always say in
You
my
do,
family.
yeah. You've got a new toy.
Yes, I do. It's Marge's tit.
Would you like to explain that for listeners?
Oh, it's a yellow ball that's squishy.
It's a stress ball, isn't it, basically?
Well, it's not stress ball, but it's
Well,
like
that's what it's for.
It's a squishy toy that...
It's a fiddle toy, isn't it?
It's a fidget toy, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's... I've had quite a stressful couple of weeks, and it's helped me. I've already popped one.
Yeah, that's how stressed you've been.
Yeah, so I had one yellow one that I got from the
You've
works.
burst one of Marge's tits, and
Yeah.
now you've got Marge's other tit. My fidget toy of choice is a fidget cube. I've got a blue one.
That listener of the podcast brought you.
Yes, my friend Michael got me that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, one of the little widgety bits has come off it.
Yeah, because I dropped it.
Yeah, but I would fiddle with that while recording, but it would make clicky noises.
Yeah.
So I'm just hoping your Marge's tit isn't going to make squishy noises.
Yeah.
Do you remember Nigel?
Oh, yeah. R.I.P. Nigel.
Poor Nigel. If any long-time listeners remember Nigel, the cat, who is no more. Yeah.
I love squishy things.
That's why you love me.
You're my squishy egg.
Aw. Anyway,
Hello.
should we get on with the podcast? So we're here today because we've watched the Lazarus Experiment.
Yeah.
It's not one of my favourites.
It's not one of my favourites, but I think it beats a lot of, like, some of my awful ones.
Really? Okay. We'll come on to that when we do the list. But
Yeah. But yeah, I didn't think it was terrible.
It wasn't
I thought
offensively
the
bad.
CGI was abysmal.
Oh, God, yes.
Like,
The
if you know
monster.
you've got an episode like this, maybe put a bit more budget into it. Or why not just do him as, like, some, like, bone creature?
Yeah, it's a
Like-
very weird...
Like not CGI.
Yeah, it's a very weird design as well.
I got a question for anybody who is in the film industry.
Okay.
Is CGI cheaper than special effects?
That's a good question. Back in the day, obviously, when it was first coming in, CGI would have been more expensive.
Yeah.
These days...
Because I know
don't
Beauty and the
know.
Beast was one of the first animated films to ever use CGI.
Beauty and the Beast?
Yeah.
What,
The ballroom scene.
Oh, to
The
like...
actual ballroom itself is actually CGI.
Because they did like a big sweeping pan round of it, didn't they?
Yeah.
Which is hard to do on 2D.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's really cool.
You learnt something new today.
I did learn something new. Did you know that the first film to have a CGI main character, I think, was Casper, the Friendly Ghost? You know?
Oh,
that one?
okay. Yeah. What, in a live action setting?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of that film.
It's okay.
You love it.
I don't would say love it, but I used to watch it a lot as a child because my parents recorded that and Bedknobs and Broomsticks off the TV for me, and it was on the same video cassette. And I used to watch them like back to back.
Bedknob's good.
Oh, we love Bedknobs.
I wouldn't say love.
We do.
I like it a moderate amount.
You're always singing the songs.
Yes, but thing is though, you have to watch it without the fucking dance escapades.
Do you remember that time we watched it once? We said, oh, let's watch that. We haven't seen it for ages. And we accidentally put on the extended cut.
Oh my God, it went on forever. I said to Steve, I looked at Steve and I was like, they've been dancing for a solid 10 minutes.
Anyway,
Anywho.
yeah, the monster is really not the best CGI. But, you know, it is what it is.
It was Mark Gatiss.
Mark Gatiss, yeah, you didn't know, but
No, I've never seen him or anything.
I had to put... You have?
I haven't.
Wind in the Willows.
Oh, he's Ratty.
Yeah, and I think it's 2006, the BBC did a version. So, yeah, he's Ratty. Matt Lucas is Toad.
Oh, yeah.
And what's his name? Lee Ingleby is Mole.
Yeah.
I love that version.
The thing is, though, like, maybe they spent most of their budget on making him old.
What did you think of the old age makeup?
Ugh! Awful!
Could you tell he was in makeup?
Yes! Yes, 100%.
Okay, so you kind of gave away the fact that he was going to be made younger.
Yeah, I literally said to you, when he stepped in, I said he's going to go young.
Yeah, but you didn't say... You saw him before that as an old man. You never said that.
Oh, no, I did get a feeling because it felt easily removable.
Yeah. It's not the best old age makeup I've ever seen.
No. I've seen better at Amdram with a few lines on the forehead.
Sorry, but no.
Yes.
Stage is completely different from TV.
I don't care.
You saying you would have preferred this if it had just been Mark Gatiss with a few lines drawn on his forehead? That'd be ridiculous.
Well, makeup-added ones, that'd be good.
I think he's a good actor. I think he's a little bit samey and everything.
I've never seen him.
Because you haven't seen Sherlock, have you?
No.
And he plays Mycroft, Sherlock's brother.
Oh.
And he's very... I think I do really enjoy his performances. He's very campy and hammy, which is quite enjoyable to watch sometimes.
Yes, he is.
Do you know what he... if there's one emoji he reminds me of, it's the wide eyes. You know, it's just a pair of eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he does that face all the time. Like when Doctor was like, just so a few people can live a little longer. And he goes, not a little longer, Doctor. A lot longer. And these massive eyes. Me and my friend used to laugh about that all the time.
Oh.
My friend
I
Nick.
used to actually laugh at funny things.
That is funny. If you know, you know. And it tickles me.
Then no.
Shut up. But back to Mark Gatiss. I do enjoy his performances, but is he a better writer or actor? That's the question. So he wrote, if you remember, The Unquiet Dead with Gwyneth.
Oh, yeah.
And he wrote The Idiot's Lantern.
Oh, he's a much better writer.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he's a good actor, but I just think being a good actor has allowed him to be a good writer.
Maybe, yeah. He's a really interesting and lovely person, I think. Like, he's majorly interested in Victorian stuff and, like, Gothic horror. And
Oh, my God, yes. Bring me a whole season where the Doctor is trapped in Victorian time.
In fact, something just stirred in the back of my head. I think I remember reading that. So, obviously Russell T Davies was lobbying the BBC, bring Doctor Who back, and this is my pitch for it.
Yeah.
There were other writers who had tried pitching it as well, including Mark Gatiss. And I think he'd pitched a much more sort of Gothic take on Doctor Who, which the BBC rejected, but,
Do you know what? I would, if I was ever gonna pitch a Doctor Who thing, I think I would like to pitch like something like Mark Gatiss, like that, like a spin-off where the Doctor this is in like back in the times, like back in the days, like in between Doctors, you could snip this in, where he gets trapped in certain times. Like, so he gets trapped in...
And he has to live there for a long time.
Yeah, and you see him trying to, like, blend in within the crowd of that time.
Yeah.
But then still danger is seeking him out, and he's always trying to, like, get the TARDIS to go, and...
Yeah. We had a bit of that in the... I say I wasn't alive, but in the 70s. John Pertwee's Doctor was stranded on Earth for some amount of time.
What about the Doctor where, like, this is actually set... The present day is set way in the past. So today is the future. Like, way in the future. So they travel to today, but it's the way in the future.
Yeah.
And then, like, the companion he's picked up, let's say, from the Victorian times, goes to the day, is like, I thought there'd be flying cars.
Yeah. No, I'd love that, actually. I like, in theory, I like the idea of a companion from the past.
Oh, 100%.
But I think it's harder than you think to actually do it, because...
You've got to do them justice.
Yeah. I think they tried it in the classic series, and the problem is, like, because they don't even understand what electricity is, they're not going to understand so much stuff.
That's what makes them funny, and that's what could make them different. Like, we are modern people, like... Seeing the Doctor's travels through someone different could be cool.
Yeah, no,
like,
I get that.
It doesn't have to be the actual Doctor. Maybe because you don't want to risk a whole season with it. maybe you just like
Do it as a special, like a Christmas special.
like a Christmas special where like brilliant, like it could really work. Stephen,
Yeah.
did you ever enter that Doctor Who thing?
What?
That short story?
No, the Big Finish thing.
Yeah.
No, I thought about it and I thought my idea is a bit boring.
You
But
wouldn't let
anyway.
me enter it because it had to be a certain Doctor.
Yeah, and you don't know any of the Doctors.
I do. I know John Pertwee.
You don't.
I do. The man I saw with Susan. I know him.
That was William Hartnell.
Oh, I could write about Susan.
I didn't know. I don't think you're allowed to use those characters.
The scream of Susan. That's what I'd call
The
it.
screamers.
The annoying scream of Susan. Susan is the Time Lord, yet she has a crappy name. No, can't say that. Not crappy name. She has like a mundane name called Susan.
Yeah.
The Doctor gets to call Doctor. What is the Doctor's real name?
But it's a good point that Susan is such a mundane name.
Maybe that's just her Earth alias.
Maybe it was her alias when she was at school.
Don't use my good words.
No, I was literally about to say exactly the same. Anywho, let's get back on track. So at the beginning of the episode, he is dropping Martha home.
Yeah.
Very sort of like, that's it, we're done now.
It's like the morning after.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like it's like the morning after. So they had sex in Shakespeare. He took her to breakfast the next morning
And Gridlock.
in Gridlocked.
What about the Daleks one?
In Daleks, they are stuck in traffic.
Well, no, that's Gridlock, surely.
Yeah,
Getting stuck in traffic.
they got stuck in traffic. Then went to breakfast,
Okay.
and then he took her home.
Yeah.
And then it was basically almost like the end was like, "Yeah, you can be my girlfriend."
Yeah. Well, yeah. He was really inappropriate with her knickers.
Like what?
Do you remember? He
So-
goes, oh, back to the same old everything, and then he just picks up her knickers off her washing and goes, laundry. And she's like, snatches them off him. Like, I know he's an alien,
Yeah.
but like, don't just pick up someone's knickers.
I won't pick your knickers up. Or should I say bloomers?
Bloomers. By the way, when he drops her off,
Yeah.
how does he know where she lives?
Oh, he's psychic.
No, but no.
But maybe she told him.
When? What, she said, oh, by the way, I live in flat 3.
Oh, he has a sonic screwdriver that can detect DNA, Stephen.
I know.
He could have a sonic screwdriver the sonic screwdriver can detect where she lives.
I don't know. I think it's
Maybe he used the TARDIS
wishy-washy.
to pull, like, illuminate her DNA in her time.
Anyway,
Her mum is frantic.
she's frantic Francine.
She's such an amazing actress.
She is a brilliant actress.
Like, no wonder she's Lady Damp.
I knew that was going to come up again.
Lady Danbury, we love you.
And she slaps the Doctor.
Oh, what a satisfying slap.
Yet again, a companion's mother slaps the Doctor.
Yes, every companion's mother is going to slap the Doctor. It's going to become a thing.
You think so?
Yes. Did Jackie slap him?
Yeah, in Aliens of London.
Oh, yeah.
When he brought Rose back a year late.
I didn't think I was ever going to say this. I miss Jackie.
You miss Jackie. Oh.
But we can never see Jackie ever again because she's trapped in a parallel universe.
Yeah, she is, isn't she? She's off with
And she had a baby.
Rose and Pete,
She
yeah.
had baby Rose 2.0.
No, I thought you said Rose had the baby. Called TARDIS.
I think that's an amazing twist.
But what about when he goes to school and they're like doing the register and they're like, TARDIS? Okay, whatever.
Tarzan.
No, thank you.
Tarzan.
Why Tarzan?
Tarzan is just a weird name, as weird as the name.
Yeah, and who gets called Tarzan?
Tarzan gets called Tarzan.
Yeah, but he's not real.
I bet you out there's a Tarzan.
Anyway. Yeah, Francine is really not a fan of the Doctor.
No, because she's stealing away her shining light, her golden child,
Yes.
her the good one.
Yeah, she likes them all.
She likes them all, but
Tish is good as well.
Tish is good, but she's independent.
Yeah.
Like Leo's good, but he's independent. I think Martha relies on her mum quite a bit emotionally.
Maybe. But as we saw in the first episode, everyone else relies on Martha. She's the glue.
Yeah.
Maybe that's part of the issue. She thinks,
I
you know,
relate.
I'm late.
I relate.
Oh, you relate. Yes, you do.
I wouldn't say I'm the glue.
But you are the one people come to when
I would
they've got
say
problems.
I'm like semi-permanent glue.
Okay, you're sellotape.
I'm sellotape. It still cracks, but
Yeah.
I try and Sellotape them.
Anyway, on the Doctor Who website back in the day when this was airing.
Was there even a Doctor Who website?
Oh my god, yeah, it was the best thing ever. It's nothing now. It's a load of old crap now, but back in the day, it was like so good. It had so much stuff on it. It had games on it. Like there was a Dalek game on it that was amazing.
Oh, maybe there's a Doctor Who game I can download on my iPad.
I'll have a look, see if it's spoilerous.
No,
anyway,
I'll download it.
I am the gatekeeper of the spoilers. Anywho, on the website back in the day, they used to drop these random little out of context hints of things that were going to be in the next episode. And one of them I always remember for this one is the Doctor makes Francine wet.
You have a vulgar mind.
No, but that's what everyone was thinking at the time. Obviously, it's just because he like knocks her champagne glass and tips all over her.
Oh, drink.
Ben's other obsession at the moment is ginger beer. How appropriate.
Oh, yum. Why is it appropriate?
Because you are ginger beer.
I don't get it. You're the one who's got a ginger beard.
I do not have a ginger beard. Do you not? Have you not heard?
You have a ginger beard.
It might have flecks of ginger in it. Have you not heard the rhyming slang? Ginger beer, queer.
No.
Have you not heard that?
No.
Oh, so, but people, if someone thinks someone's gay in the old days, they'd be like, "Oh, he's a bit ginger beer."
Oh.
Anyway,
Ginger beer's nice.
what was I going to say? Oh yeah, Thelma Barlow was in this episode.
Thelma Barlow from Dinner Ladies.
Our second Dinner Ladies cast member in this series.
Yes. Does Victoria Wood make an appearance?
Unfortunately not.
Maxine Payne? Peak, yeah.
I don't think so, no.
I feel bad. I've forgotten some of the other characters. Oh, Celia Emery?
Yes. Imrie, not Emery. But
Emery.
yes, she does appear. But yes, Thelma Barlow. Smallish role, because she obviously dies about 15 minutes into it.
10 seconds in.
Some of her lines live rent-free in my head because of her funny delivery.
Like what?
People will sell their souls to be transformed like this, and I'll be first in line. And what's the other one? There'll be a blue plaque soon. Richard Lazarus lived here.
I don't think she rolled her R's.
Oh, she did. With the way she keeps saying Richard, it makes me think of
Hyacinth
Bouquet. Yeah.
Oh,
Richard!
Oh, Stephen's better than you know me.
Richard, I do wish you wouldn't make yourself look young, dear.
Richard! Mind the twirly thing. Richard! Don't eat me.
Okay.
He doesn't eat, he sucks out the life force.
Yeah. They look really creepy, those people, once they've been sucked out.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you know what I mean.
I was thinking that, like, she was going to get made into one as well.
Mm.
So then they had two to deal with.
Yeah, but you could tell that she wasn't going to be made younger because they cast an actress of the appropriate age rather than...
He snogged her.
Yeah.
And then he was like, do you think I'd waste another lifetime with you?
I know, when he grabs her chin and he's like, look at yourself, woman. How rude.
Do they have any children?
Oh, I doubt it.
They're too focused on being corrupt genealogists that want to make money out of being genealogists.
No, they're not genealogists. That's people who look into family history.
Oh. What would you call it?
You mean like genetic...
Genetologist.
Scientists, yeah.
Genetologist.
Anyway.
Are you sure genealogist is not...
Yeah, or genealogy is. Family history, like family trees and things. Here we go. Ben gets his phone out to Google.
What do you call someone who studies genetics?
Geneticist.
F off.
I can't
Carry on.
I can't
Carry
help
on.
being right.
Carry on.
Anyway.
The ball wants to tell you to carry on. Carry on, carry on, carry on.
Have you picked up on Martha's theme yet?
No.
I don't understand how you can not know what it sounds like.
Stephen, I couldn't even hear the hob beeping the other day.
That's true. You do have terrible ears.
I do.
But yeah, it's a lovely piece of music and it's a lot more prominent than Rose's theme ever was. Largely because Rose's theme wasn't actually written to be her theme. It was just a piece of music and then it sort of became her theme, Murray said later. But Martha's theme was clearly written to be her theme and it's really lovely. But the clever thing he does in this episode is there's what's called diegetic music, which is where the music can be heard by the characters in the scene. So they've got a string quartet playing at the party, and it's playing Martha's theme at the beginning. And later on it plays The Doctor Forever, which is from another piece of score from this series. And then he does something similar with the organ at the end, like the Doctor's playing the organ in the cathedral, and like that becomes part of the score of like the sort of epic action piece, you know? So I think that's clever. You've zoned out because I'm talking about music again.
Yeah. Diegetic. We learned something new today, Pod.
You said you like Tish.
Yeah, I do like Tish. I said she reminds me...
Titch.
I said
Sounded
Tish.
like you said Titch.
I swear I said Tish.
Anyway.
Letitia.
Yes.
Imagine signing that card from Francine, Letitia, Martha, and Leo.
And Clive when they were together.
And Clive. I was like, what a hishy pishy mashy bashy name group. Like, so my brother's called Sam. I'm called Ben. They go well together.
Yeah.
Like, I think you need to think about this when you're naming your second child. You need to think about, maybe I should name them something that goes with the other one.
Yeah.
Because I've collected one already.
What do you think is the order of siblings? Martha, Tisha, and Leo.
Leo, Martha, Tish.
Leo's the
Lish.
oldest.
Yeah.
And Martha, and then Tish is the youngest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it makes sense, because Tish, Letitia, whatever her name is, she acts the youngest. Like, she's impulsive and was going to snog a man who was 76, but just because he turned young, she was interested again.
Yeah.
And I would not have been, and no offence to Mark Gatiss, I bet you're a very lovely man, but my boat does not sail.
Fair enough.
Is he married?
Yes, he has a husband, Ian Hallard.
Oh, I knew he was homosexual.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's got that, like, Derek Jacobi vibe.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, he's got a very Derek Jacobi.
Camp.
Yeah. Did he write, no, that's Stephen Moffat.
What?
I thought he wrote Unfriend.
He directed it.
Oh, yeah.
What were we saying? We were talking about Tish. You said you would have liked Tish to go with them and join as another companion.
Yeah.
That actually would have been quite cool.
Yeah. Because she brings the spontaneity that Martha finds, she's getting better, but she finds hard. I think, yeah, and she brings the youthfulness and she brings the fun. And, like, jump in, save, like, jump into mucking and...
I get that, yeah.
Where, like, I don't, it's hard to describe. Where Martha's, like, analytical and methodical and logical, like, Tishy, she seems to me like a lot more youthful and happy-go-lucky and...
Yeah, although at the same time
like,
she's very
I'm going to get higher up in this career if I snog this old man.
Yeah.
When does Martha die?
That would be telling.
Does she die in the series or does she die of old age?
You said about foreshadowing with the phone call at the end.
Yeah.
Didn't Martha's mum say you're going to get yourself killed?
Yeah.
And you immediately turned to me and you went, foreshadowing.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, I've noticed this. Doctor Who does it. They like to kill characters off, but because it's not that type of show where they want to have a really shock, they do it in a different way. Like Rose, her persona got killed off in one world, but created another one, another universe. Where Martha is in a very much more gritty series. And so and we all know that Mr.
Russell T.
Davies loves a good funeral scene. He loves whacking people around the head with a golf club.
Oh, God.
He loves having people stranded at sea and drowned.
Yes. Spoilers.
They are two spoilers.
Spoilers for Russell T Davies' works.
Yeah.
So the actress who plays Tish is actually quite famous now.
What's her name?
Gugu Mbatha Raw.
What's she been in?
I don't really know. I just know she's quite famous. She was in Beauty and the Beast, the live action one. She was Plumette
Oh, Plumette.
Yeah.
Was she?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know what else she's done, but I know she's become quite successful. And so,
Doctor Who was the beginning of her career.
yeah. There's another very famous actress coming up in this series who wasn't famous at this point, but is now.
The person who was in that Marvel film.
What Marvel film?
The person who's in Jumanji.
Oh, Karen Gillan. No, I mean in this series.
Oh.
Carey Mulligan.
Who's that?
You don't know who Carey Mulligan is?
Give me what she's been in.
Let me Google. She was in Suffragette.
No, I didn't watch that.
And wasn't she in that thing with that digging thing with Ralph Fiennes?
Well, I wanted to watch that, but you never never watched it.
We can watch it. Yeah, she's a famous actress. So what did you think about Francine being sort of whispered all these little things?
Oh, puke. Say it out loud, love.
But who
Handsome
do you think...
man, say it out loud.
Is he a handsome man?
Yeah, Hottie of the Week.
Is he?
Yeah.
Do you know who he is? Talking about famous actors?
No.
Bertie Carvel.
Don't know who that is.
He originated...
Is he
Trunchbull.
Henry Carvel's brother?
No, that's Cavill. This is Bertie Carvel. Called Carvel or whatever. He originated the role of Trunchbull in Matilda the Musical.
Oh, I never thought it was originating.
No. But yeah, so that's him, the mysterious man. But who do you think he is?
He works for something that is Torchwood, but not Torchwood.
Also, that I don't want to say too much, but there's a name that's been bandied about a few times in this series, and I wonder if
he said it. She said it on the phone.
She did.
I've been told by Henry something.
I won't say any more.
Henry what?
I'm not saying anything.
But I just heard it.
What, you want to know what she said on the phone?
I've been told personally by...
Harold Saxon. Or this information comes from Harold Saxon. Yeah. So that might be a name to watch out for.
That is totally a name that has been through the twirly machine.
What do you mean?
Harold.
The twirly machine?
Yeah, he's had his...
What, because it's an old man name?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, this is a random little thing, but you know that random woman who said the only danger here is choking on an olive?
Yeah.
That's such a random, to be your one line or something. And then she's actually credited in the credits as Olive Woman.
Well, you got to credit someone who's got a line.
Yeah, but she could have just been called Guest or something, or Woman or something. But Olive Woman just sounds funny to me. And then she died. It's always the blasé ones who are oh, I don't think we need to be careful. The ones who die first.
Yeah. Francine became a prude and said Leo. Leo got concussion.
Yes. Oh yeah, I love Leo.
He's handsome.
He is handsome. He's my hottie of the week, definitely.
No, Harold.
Harold?
Harold Saxon.
That man isn't Harold Saxon.
It is.
Okay. Maybe it is.
What a small role for Bertie.
You don't know. He might have a bigger role in future episodes.
I think he does.
I
think he's working for... Oh my God, he's working for Bilious Manger.
Billis Manger.
Yeah.
Good old Pretter. There's a nice... I know you literally do not care about this, but there's a nice little classic reference in this. You know when the Doctor managed to flip the machine and then him and Martha get out of it?
Mm.
And he said, oh, it really shouldn't take that long just to reverse the polarity. And that's a reference to, again, John Pertwee, particularly. He was always saying that about things. He used to use his sonic screwdriver and say, I've reversed the polarity of the neutron flow, which, absolutely means nothing. It's just techno-babble. But it was, one of his catchphrases. And then that's why he said, oh, it shouldn't take that long to reverse the polarity. Must be a bit out of practice. Because it's been a long time, obviously. So, as I said, you really don't care about that.
Not really.
I think it's cute. This episode was written by Stephen Greenhorn, who hasn't written for the show before.
Greenhorn?
I'm not, like I said, I'm not a huge fan of this episode.
Does he write more?
He writes one more.
And that's better.
Next year. It is better than this, but it's still not great, in my opinion. There's one line that I find really clunky, and Freema does her best with it, but it's a really clunky line.
Like what?
It's at the end when they're about to say goodbye again, and she thinks that he's actually leaving her again. And she says, well, take care in the future, or the past, or whatever other time period you find yourself in. There's no way to deliver that doesn't sound really cheesy and annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, time period, cut that. I would have said, whatever planet you end up on.
Yeah, or wherever you find yourself or something like that.
Yeah, that's better.
Whatever other time period you find yourself in.
Come on, Russell T Davies hired Stephen. He's a really good writer. You should look at his backlist. He wrote 2 things and they're really good.
2 things.
Yeah. He wrote a novel
Oh, let's not talk about that.
that nearly got him representation.
No, it didn't.
It did.
It didn't.
Yeah. She said, I'm really interested in the story, but I just don't know where it sits.
Yeah. Anyway, we're not talking about that. So, is it time to rank it?
Yes.
I've scrolled down for you because I'm assuming it's going to be in the sort of bottom section.
Yeah. Army of Ghosts, what's that?
That was the first part of Series 2's finale with the... do you remember when the ghosts were bleeding through?
No.
And Jackie was like, oh, it's your grand apprentice. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was, but they turned out to be Cybermen.
Yeah.
Idiot Lantern. I would watch Idiot Lanterns over this.
Yeah.
I would watch... Actually, no, I think that's a fair slot for it. I think it's going to go 27th.
What, above Army of Ghosts?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think it's better than Long Game.
And School Reunion. You hated School Reunion.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of it.
Ugh.
The weird bats.
Yeah, but K9 and Sarah Jane. Anyway, we're not talking about that.
If her episode was on here, it'd rank very high.
You mean Invasion of the Bane? If her
Yes.
Sarah Jane Adventures was on here.
Yes.
Yeah.
You randomly put, like, Worst Witch on.
Yeah.
After we've done Worst Witch, I wouldn't mind randomly watching...
Yeah, I was
Sarah
going to
Jane.
say that. Can we watch it? Because we don't have to do episodes about it, but maybe once we've watched the first series, we could just do one episode just to talk about the whole series.
Yeah, because we're watching Worst Witch at the moment, and it
Exactly.
can't be any bad as that.
Exactly,
and
it's
that's
much
entertaining.
better.
Yeah. 27th.
So it's going between Idiot's Lantern and Army of Ghosts
Yes.
at 27.
I wouldn't want to watch Army of Ghosts again.
Really?
Yeah, it's crap.
But Doomsday is amazing, and you can't really watch that without watching Army of Ghosts first, because it sets it up.
Nah, I'd watch Doomsday without it.
Oh.
I've only got one life. Basically, how I rank it is, what would I watch before I got to this? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Would I watch this one? If I had the choice between Idiot Lantern and this, what would I watch? What's it called?
This one's the Lazarus Experiment.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Is his name Lazarus? Lazarus.
Richard Lazarus.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot his name was Richard.
Richard Lazarus lived here.
He's got a royal warrant.
On both sides. Sheridan. Okay.
Martha!
My God, you should dub that over with her leaving a message for Martha, like at the end when the TARDIS disappears, and then the answer phone comes on, and it's like, Martha, dear, this information comes from Harold Saxon
Oh
himself.
my God, you should totally do that.
Anyway, my ranking, I'm sorry to say it's very low for me. It's going to be third from the bottom. So it's going just above the Long Game and just below the Age of Steel, which puts it at 33 for me at the moment. So there we have it. Next week, so this was our 41st episode of the proper episodes of the podcast.
Yeah.
So you know what next week is. I've told you this because I'm so excited about the synchronicity of it.
For episode 42.
It's our 42nd episode and we're discussing 42.
What was
I'm
that?
so excited that it syncs up. I was deciding how many episodes we were going to do on Torchwood Series 1, and I was like, no, it has to be exactly this number, because then when you get to 42, it'll be 42. Anyway, so yeah, the next episode is called 42, written by a certain Christopher Chibnall.
Jibby?
Sorry to say, once again, not, in my opinion, not the greatest episode, but we'll come on to that. So, thank you for joining us for the Lazarus Experiment.
Thank you for joining us round the twirly twirly machine.
It's Stephen, Ben and Martha's tit. Oh, not Martha's tit, Marge's tit. Stephen, Ben and Marge's tit brought you the episode today.
It's yellow like Marge Simpson.
That, yes, I know. I thought we made that clear.
I
Anyway,
don't think we did.
take care, everyone. Have a lovely week, and we'll see you next Wednesday for 42.
42!
Until then, stay fantastic.
Sounds like the end of Blue Peter.
Then we wave to the camera, except there's no camera. Bye.
Bye.